EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First down, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
It's second down.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 75 yards, and the Colts have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, A little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meeting. We need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
95-56. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
58's the Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 35. We'll see a lot of that from Drew Brees. Spread the field, get rid of the ball quickly.
He spreads the field out a lot, so he's able to recognize the defenses, the coverages, and if people are going to blitz him. And he has the fortitude to stand in there when they do. He serves as his own blitz control, so to speak. Hey, you've got a free runner coming. That's one less guy in coverage. He'll stand in there, take the hit, and deliver a strike downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, Haywood.
Now, Breeze again. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Yellow lady.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yellow lady. Check pass. 53.
Throwing now is Breeze. Again has it complete. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Ready.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
I smell fear in that offense. Here we go. Switch.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Brissett sets to throw it. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
First down.
Here we go. Pitch roll. 53. Let's go. Check 3. Let's go.
A first down throw for Brissett. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, we got a second. Let's look ahead to Week 7 and what's on the slate. Things start out Thursday night. Kansas City at Denver, divisional battle.
Suddenly an interesting game. Kansas City having lost their last two, and Denver now playing defense as we expected. But how about the NFL 100 game of the week? Oakland at Green Bay, a rematch of Super Bowl II.
Also have New Orleans at Chicago and Philly visiting Dallas on Sunday night.
That is a huge one in the NFC East.
Yeah, both teams 3-3. The winner will have the lead in that division. 22 yards there, a first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Brissett again. Complete to Hilton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the red zone now, Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Brissett. And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron there to make the grab. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what? And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Breeze. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Thomas, the intended target.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron. As the first half is winding down. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes it a 21-10 game. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We're going to see if that script is a good one for them. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
36. 58. Zoom.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Kenny Moore that time there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Breeze here finding Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
To throw again on second down. Breeze looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw into the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Two incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here.
58, Mike. Let's go. Hey, Foxtrot. 58 is the Mike. 58 is the Mike. Target.
Breeze to throw again. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's fourth down. And Lutz's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go right back to Mack. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Naeem Hines, his first carry. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go, D. You're good, you're good.
Breeze now to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 30. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Easy, opposite.
On first down, Breeze. It's brought in by Harris. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within one score. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for two. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Check. Crunch. Alert flare. Right there.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing. Brissett finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check three. Big gas.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
This is Harris. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Let's go.
Breeze to throw. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Pierre Desir. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Brissett. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. They'll throw again. Brissett, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive or no? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 32. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here. Brissett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved the hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Young lady.
First and 10 at the 47.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One final try here for Breeze. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every